Hi, and welcome to the Science of Learning series. Today we're going to start off by talking about how we learn. There are three main parts of memory: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Encoding is how information is taken in, understood, and then altered into storage. This encoded information is first stored in short-term memory, and then, if needed, is stored in long-term memory. Most acoustic information goes right to short-term memory. Haven't we all forgotten someone's name right after meeting them? This is because short-term memory only lasts between 15 and 30 seconds. Additionally, short-term memory only stores between 5 and 9 items of information, with 7 items being the average number. Long-term memory, however, has immense lifelong storage capacity. Mostly this information is semantic information. We remember the meaning of things, but we can also remember visual information or acoustic information, even tactile information. Retrieval is the process of accessing the information. Long-term memory is retrieved through associations. For example, you might remember where you parked your car at the shopping mall by retracing your steps. In other words, encoding is like taking a walk through the woods and barely making a path through the leaves. The more associations you make with the memory, the more mental cues you will have with which to retrieve it. The more associations you have, the easier it is to retrieve the memory. Repeated retrieval develops strong mental models. Associations can be visual. For example, it's easier to remember if you return to the scene of the crime. Or they can be olfactory. Smelling Aquanet hairspray takes me right back to 8th grade. Adding associations and imagery tells your brain that a fact might not be unnecessary. A study was done at Stanford where subjects were given 60 pictures to study, and another group was given 60 words. When tested 4 days later, pictures were more memorable. How can we use this in medical school education? Well, we could break out anatomy texts like Netter, or use companies like Picnomics or Sketchy. But I like to play OB Pictionary. It's been said that emotions will also make something more memorable. We remember things better when they're distinctive or different or funny. I can hear the naysayers now. Wait a minute, back when I was in school, we had 6 hours of lectures, and then I went home and read my textbooks and highlighted them. But this has actually been shown not to be the most effective way of learning. Multiple readings in close succession showed no benefit at all. Multiple readings with a delay in between showed some benefit, but not for a delayed test. In fact, reading multiple times just gives a false sense of mastery because of familiarity with the topic. So-called study aids like highlighting or chapter outlines can create fluency illusions. They say that the average 40-year-old will have handled 40,000 pennies by this point in their life. Let's see how familiar you are. Which of the following is an accurate image of a penny? Did you guess A? We are going to spend the next few lectures talking about how to put more information into our brains, specifically as surgeons, and about how not to forget that information. Now, some information needs to be forgotten. If we remembered every single detail of every single stimulus, it would be overwhelming for us. But some doesn't, and we have a natural fading of this information with time. How can we decrease the forgetting? That is the topic for our next lecture.